Hey guys out in YouTube land, it's kiwee33 checking in again. A few things I wanted to actually add to my video from yesterday that I forgot to mention. So I made some notes this time and just kind of type any loose ends that I had. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. Somebody had mentioned, actually based on my name, that I'm from New Zealand. Actually, that's not the case. My nickname is actually just based on my first and last name. The other symptoms actually that I completely forgot to mention that I actually suffer from is trembling in my left hand, some spasms, occasional spasms in my left leg, the brain fog, the forgetfulness, the feeling tired all the time, the pressure in my head. I've noticed on like rainy days that there tends to be a little bit more of an additional pressure that's actually in my head. Lying on my back, I can actually feel almost like something's happening, where the pressure is actually heading into my head almost at a much faster rate. I guess that's connected to perhaps the blockage, blood flow issues. I'm really hoping that's something that clears up. I've actually did a bit of an experiment. I laid on my back with my upper body and lower body elevated, and my my head lower than basically my heart. And I laid this way for about 10 or 15 minutes just to see what would happen. I actually found that my vision got really, really, really bad. The optic neuritis almost got exacerbated. It got pretty out of control. So I'm really thinking that that's indicative of me actually having some form of blockage. The last issue that I want to tackle that a lot of people have asked me, and something that I want to kind of divulge to you guys or tell you guys about, is the major question is, why India of all places? Poland, Bulgaria, Costa Rica, all the different clinics, even going stateside. Based on all the questions that I've asked and the research that I've done, and by no stretch of the imagination do I claim to be an expert on the subject, I think I've researched it enough to understand it and know why I'm going to India. Surgical tourism, it's almost like a program. They have it's like a program. You travel in, your procedure's done within the first few days of being there, and they have a mandatory no-fly time for a week. So you're actually grounded for a week where you can't do anything, in terms of leaving the country anyways, which when you think about it is pretty smart. The pressure that's caused from flying in the cabin, I can see definitely playing a negative role in the surgery that was done, blood clots, things going wrong. And I can't even imagine what would happen if something were to go wrong. You're sitting up in the air in a big giant capsule. That could be problematic. I've spoke to a few different people online, in asking about their treatment in Poland and different areas, and they said that within 2 to 3 days they're heading back home, back on a plane heading back. And I have found, and once again, I don't claim to be an expert by no stretch. I'm just making things understood and clarifying things, and I don't want to put anybody's program down. Just found that within a few days, back in the air, traveling again, and I keep hearing about re-stimulsing. I really, really wonder if that's part of the re-stimulsing, whether or not the flying so soon after the procedure has something to do with that. Could it be? I'm not sure. Just throwing a question out there. Just food for thought, I guess. And they have a series, back to the why I chose India. They have a series of massage and physiotherapy and things like that are actually take place after the surgery. I don't need physiotherapy, but I do need time in the gym. I'm definitely going to be in there as usual, doing some training on my legs, trying to get them back in order, back in better shape. And for people who are wondering, like I said, by the end of the day, my legs are weak. I do shuffle them, but I'm not in a scooter. I'm not, using any walking apparatus or anything of the sort. Just basically dealing with the leg weakness as it happens. Um, One last person I actually would like to give a huge shout out to that I completely forgot to mention before is Paul Stock. Paul, he spent about 45 minutes on the phone with me the night that I found out about Surgical Tourism Canada and the CCSVI treatment. He was basically the second person to have the procedure done by Surgical Tourism Canada, and he's had or been having great results. Paul's a wonderful guy. Him and we actually met for lunch a few weeks back. He was on the front of the Toronto Star last Monday, the last Monday or Tuesday, and he's amazing. Call him a pioneer for CCSVI through Toronto and through surgical tourism. But Paul, if you do see this or you are listening to this, a big thank you for helping me with this as well. In any case, I'm pretty sure I'm done, at least for the next little while. I think I've left everything out on the table. There's nothing else really left to talk about. So in the next coming days, I'm just going to be waiting for the day to take off in the plane and head over to India. I am going to be going with my father. He actually came up from Trinidad, came in successfully, safely yesterday, and we're going to be leaving on Saturday. So stay tuned. Talk to you all soon. Take care.